Please help me welcome to the Tam Fam, Alicia Witt. Welcome. Have a seat. Listen, first of all, thank you so much for being here in studio. I love the intention of your book, The Small Changes, because often in life, we set these huge goals, and then if we don't reach them, we fall back in the trap of being disappointed.
Yes.
And you say it's incremental.
Yes.
When did you discover that was the secret?
It happened for me so gradually over the course of this crazy and incredible life that I've had so far. But I mean, moving to LA from Worcester, Massachusetts when I was 14, pursuing this career that I dreamed of and longed for, it was absolutely routine, expected and accepted that a young woman in the 90s would be scrutinized, and as a way of helping, people said constantly, oh, you need to put a little meat on your bones, or, oh, if you dropped 15 pounds, you'd be a knockout. I can remember this black crop top that I used to wear to auditions that I loved. I was 16 at the time, and my manager, who was a woman, you know, in her 50s, called me up one day and said, you know, we've gotten some feedback from casting directors and producers that if you're going to wear that crop top at meetings, you need to either do a lot of sit-ups or lose some weight because it's not pretty. And I didn't think anything of it at the time, you know? I just thought, oh, they're telling me the truth. I'm not pretty. I need to lose some weight. And it started this bizarre kind of double life thing where out in public, I would eat one way, and then I would go back home and I would binge. And I gained so much weight over the span of like 16 to 19 and had such an unhealthy, imbalanced relationship to food that I almost thought was just part of who I was. And it, you know, it escalated. I had roles that I got where I was heavier, where it was spoken of like, oh, she's zoftig. Right. And then of course I became to a point where I was making myself sick. And I'll never forget this one moment with my new dog when I was 24, where I felt like I was having a heart attack from all of this yo-yo back and forth. And I promised to God that I would never do that again. And I never have, and I never will. But I think that moment is when I started realizing it's not about this, you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, from this day on, I will never do X, Y, and Z ever again. Mm. It's more about these small promises to yourself, small moments where you say, I'm going to try to do this tomorrow.
Right.
And if I don't, I don't. But that was the beginning, and that was about 22 years ago now.
I love that. I love the incremental, the not setting yourself up for failure, not making this goal that, yes, you want to achieve, but when you don't, what it can do to your self-esteem. My next guest is not only a fan of Alicia's, but she says Alicia's book helped her get back on track to putting herself first after she found herself in a very dark place dealing with depression and unhappiness. Here's her story.
3 years ago, my husband and I relocated from South Florida to Atlanta, Georgia for a new beginning. We were excited about our careers progressing and also looking forward to purchasing our first home. But as time went on, I found myself living like a hamster on the wheel. I was taking care of my career goals and not taking care of myself. I was living on a fast food diet. I was gaining weight. My drive to work hard led me to a very dark place emotionally. Since reading Alicia's book, I've been able to make small changes in my diet, and I actually lost 15 pounds. I also started to meditate and carve out more time for myself. Alicia's book has inspired me to love and commit to myself and be the healthiest version of me.
Please welcome welcome to the show via Skype from Atlanta, Georgia, Alicia Boodhoo. Thank you so much, Alicia, for joining us.
Hi.
Alicia, how does it feel to hear that all of the work you put in to healing yourself and these small changes help someone else in this way?
I don't even have any words for it. It's extraordinary. I mean, that's all I wished for when I sat down to write this book, is that some of what I've learned over the years could help someone else. So I'm wrapping my head around the notion that there's somebody out there who is actually saying that she's... I'm so grateful. Thank you for sharing your story.
No, it's beautiful. And Alicia, I think when you said you felt like you were on the hamster wheel, so many of us can relate to that, where it's just over and over, and you're not stopping to enjoy anything, and you're not stopping to appreciate that you are making it every single day happen for you and your family. What were the small changes you feel really were the biggest that had the biggest impact?
Absolutely. I think it's all about mindset, setting goals, and making sure that you can commit to these goals. You have to make small promises to yourself every day. Changes don't happen overnight. And I feel like that day when I walked into the bookstore and I actually met Alicia Witt at her book signing, I think it was a sign that I needed to just pick up her book and give myself, that grace. And give
Okay, I
myself
didn't
that
even
time
know
to
that
just
part of the story. You met in this chance encounter?
It's in Atlanta. Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
It's like a family reunion on the show. See, I think
That's amazing.
that is amazing. Like, okay, no.
That was at Postman Books in Atlanta. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Oh my goodness.
Wow. So, Alicia, this chance encounter, I mean, it actually resulted in you buying the book, getting the book, and then you made changes like cutting out fast food out of your diet, taking a better look at yourself. And you, as I understand, you grew your own garden, vegetable and herbs,
Yes.
and this has all brought you closer to your family?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. When we first bought our first home, we were able to, after all of our hard work and all that eating out, and we bought our first home with the help of our amazing realtors, Mark and Kurt of Great Homes ATL, back in April. And I decided, I needed to start growing my own herbs, growing my own vegetables, because in order to sustain a healthy lifestyle, it has to be in of arm's reach, I believe.
Wow.
Because it's such a hassle to go to the grocery store all the time, and you're trying to make sure that you're putting the right things in your body. And I said to myself, wow, this is a great opportunity to, grow my own herbs, grow my own vegetables, make these small changes. And that's what Alicia Witt's book, helps me do on a daily basis.
It is true that these small changes can, whether it's a change in diet, looking at your schedule and pulling some things out and saying, I need a beat to meditate, those are all important.